Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Kevin Walter was a really nice waiver wire pickup in the second half of the 2008 season. I think he had, around 8 touchdowns that season. So he was really getting it done for fantasy owners down the stretch. Coming into last year, he did have fantasy relevance. He was probably a guy that was drafted on a decent amount of leagues because of his emergence in that offense, because you figure, well, hey, the Texans, they're going to throw a lot, and this is a starter on this team. Well, he really got nothing done last year, and it was really Jacoby Jones that was the name that kind of came out of the woodwork as the season wore on more and looked like he had the potential to be this team starter and have some explosion in this offense. This offseason, Walter was a free agent. We thought, okay, he's gone. He's going somewhere else. But that did not happen. The Texans ended up signing him, I believe it was, for $8 million this year. But amazingly, it looks like it probably will end up being Jacoby Jones as the team's starting receiver opposite Andre Johnson. So with Walter, I don't know. I guess the Texans just felt like they wanted to keep him in there because he's been with this system. He's been with Matt Schaub. He's got all that chemistry. And maybe they were just trying to push Jacoby Jones to make sure that he was going to be the guy to be the true number 2 guy there. And if he wasn't, then they really needed a guy like Walter to be that guy because they knew what they were getting with him. For $8 million, I think that was a little bit too much to pay for that. But if that is the case, then Walter, he's not going to be fantasy relevant. I think even if he does win the starting job, he's still not fantasy relevant because I just think Jacoby Jones will unseat him at some point. Jacoby is not taking on the special teams work anymore, so there's a big clue as to the fact that they want to use Jones much more in the passing game. So with Walter, I have him in our rankings, but it's more out of respect that the team that he's on more than it is, and to maybe talk a little bit more about Jacoby Jones than it is about his fantasy relevance for this particular season.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.